Ever wonder what the world will look like in like 10 or 20 years?
Yeah.
Get ready, because we're going to be diving into some pretty fascinating predictions about the future of work and technology, and honestly, some of them might surprise you.
Absolutely.
So we're taking a deep dive into this really thought-provoking piece called Pasted Text, and it paints a vivid picture of the changes headed our way.
Mm-hmm.
So this piece argues that we're on the cusp of like this thing called the Fourth Industrial Revolution,
Yep.
which is basically a time of just rapid technological advancement that's going to like dramatically reshape industries and jobs
Oh, yeah, for sure.
as we know them.
Yeah.
So are you ready for a world of driverless cars,
Oh, yeah.
AI doctors, and constantly evolving job markets? Let's find out.
Let's do it.
Okay, so this piece kicks off by looking at what they call the downfall of giants.
Right.
It highlights these companies like Kodak, Nokia, and HMT that were like kings of their respective hills. But then they kind of failed to adapt to these new technologies and like ultimately went out of business,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of sad, but it's a cautionary tale that even the biggest names can fall
Absolutely.
if they don't keep up.
Yeah.
But the why is really interesting.
Yeah.
Like, why did they fail?
Why indeed?
Kodak's actually a great example. They invented the first digital camera,
Yeah.
but they didn't think anybody would want to use it.
Yeah, it's just a novelty, right?
Yeah, they were so focused on their film business
Right.
that they totally missed the boat on a technology that honestly probably could have saved them.
Yeah.
It just shows you have to be open to new ideas and be willing to even cannibalize your own business if necessary.
Absolutely. I mean, Blockbuster is another great example of this.
Right.
You know, they had the opportunity to buy Netflix early on,
Oh, really?
and they didn't see the potential.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a classic tale of disruption.
So it's not just about keeping up with technology. It's about understanding how it's going to change the way we do things,
Yeah,
how we live.
absolutely.
So the piece then moves on to like this rise of these software-driven companies
Okay.
like Uber and Airbnb.
Right.
So they don't own any cars or hotels.
Yeah.
But they've completely like disrupted the transportation and hospitality industries.
Mm.
And they've done it by creating these platforms
Yeah.
that connect people with services.
Right.
And they've done it using software.
Yeah.
And we're seeing this trend across like
Absolutely.
all sorts of industries now.
Yeah, all sorts.
It's fascinating that we're moving away from a world of physical assets to like a world of digital connections.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Okay, so let's talk about AI
Okay,
and automation.
let's do it.
This is like one of the most talked about aspects of this fourth industrial revolution.
Yeah, it's a big one.
And this piece actually claims that IBM's Watson software can already advocate much better than any new lawyer.
But I got to push back on that a little.
Okay.
Like, isn't law more than just arguing a case?
Okay.
Like, what about strategy,
Yeah.
negotiation, understanding all the nuances of the situation?
Yeah, those are all important aspects of law for sure.
Right.
But think about it this way.
Okay.
Watson can process massive amounts of legal data
Okay.
and find precedents that even like the most experienced lawyer might miss.
Oh, okay.
So it can help lawyers build stronger arguments
Okay.
and make better decisions.
So it's not necessarily replacing lawyers,
Right.
but it's giving them a powerful new tool.
Exactly. It's augmenting their abilities.
Okay.
And it's not just law.
Yeah.
The piece talks about AI making huge strides in medicine, too.
Oh, really?
Like imagine a system powered by AI that can analyze your medical history,
Okay. Here.
your genetic data,
Uh-huh.
your lifestyle,
Wow.
to create like a personalized health plan.
That sounds amazing. But
Yeah.
what if the system makes a mistake?
Mm-hmm.
Who's responsible?
Those are all valid concerns.
Yeah.
As with any new technology, there are risks
Right.
and challenges.
Of course.
But AI has the potential to totally revolutionize healthcare,
Okay.
make it more efficient,
Right.
more personalized,
Yeah.
and more accessible.
Okay, I'm starting to see the potential here.
Yeah.
This is big stuff.
It is.
And it doesn't stop at law or medicine.
No, it doesn't.
So this piece, it shifts gears to the world of transportation.
Okay.
It paints this picture of a future with self-driving cars.
Right.
Where accidents are rare.
Yeah.
Traffic is a thing of the past. And we don't need parking lots anymore.
That would be nice.
I remember seeing a demo of a self-driving car a few years ago.
Yeah.
And it was pretty mind-blowing seeing the car like navigate traffic
Yeah.
and make decisions on its own.
It's wild, right?
But honestly,
Yeah.
it felt a bit far off.
I think it's closer than you might think.
Really?
Yeah, several companies are already testing self-driving cars on public roads, and it's only a matter of time before they become commonplace.
Okay.
And the potential benefits are huge.
Yeah.
Not just in terms of safety and efficiency,
Okay.
but also for people who can't drive themselves.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
So self-driving cars could give people with disabilities
Yeah.
a whole new level of freedom
Absolutely.
and independence.
Yeah.
It's not just about convenience.
Right.
It's about accessibility.
It is.
Okay, so we've talked about how technology is changing things like work, healthcare, and transportation, but what about money?
Yeah.
This piece also talks about like the evolution of money, from cash to plastic money to these mobile wallets.
Right.
It seems like everything is going digital these days.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing a shift towards a cashless society.
Yeah.
And it's driven by like a number of factors.
Okay.
For one, it's more efficient.
Okay.
Digital transactions are faster,
Yeah.
cheaper,
Uh-huh.
and easier to track
Yeah.
than cash transactions.
Okay.
Plus, it's just more convenient.
Yeah.
Like, who wants to carry around a bunch of cash and coins?
Yeah.
Where you can just tap your phone or your watch or whatever.
Right. I have to admit, I rarely use cash anymore.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, pretty much everything with my phone or watch these days.
And that's becoming the norm.
Yeah.
I mean, companies like Paytm are leading the way in mobile payments, making it easier than ever to send and receive money.
Right.
And this trend toward digitization is also transforming the financial industry, like as a whole.
Okay.
Fintech companies are using technology to create like new financial products and services.
Okay.
And they're really challenging traditional banks and financial institutions.
So it's not just about how we pay for things. It's about how we manage our money.
Right.
Invest. Even get loans.
Yeah.
It sounds like the whole financial system is being reimagined.
It is.
Wow.
And it's all part of this larger fourth industrial revolution that we've been talking about.
Right.
This revolution is disrupting every industry, creating new opportunities while also like displacing traditional jobs.
Yeah.
This piece actually argues that 90% of current jobs could disappear in the next decade,
Wow.
replaced by new roles that we can't even imagine yet.
90%. It's a
big number.
That's a pretty staggering statistic.
It is.
Honestly, it's a bit unsettling to think about.
I understand.
I mean, what happens to all those people whose jobs disappear?
That's a really crucial question.
Yeah.
And this piece emphasizes the importance of adaptability
Okay.
and lifelong learning.
Okay.
The most valuable skills in the future will be those that are difficult to automate,
Okay.
like critical thinking,
Uh-huh.
creativity,
Yeah.
and complex problem solving.
Okay.
It's a shift from like a static career path to a more dynamic and fluid model of work.
It's interesting you mentioned those skills. I remember reading an article a while back
Okay.
about how some companies are actually looking for employees
Yeah.
who have a diverse range of skills and experiences, not just specialists in one particular area.
That's right.
Interesting.
Yeah. The ability to learn and adapt is becoming more important than ever.
Yeah.
Companies are looking for people who can think on their feet, solve problems creatively, and work collaboratively with others.
Right.
These are skills that can be applied to a wide range of jobs and industries.
So it's not just about learning a specific trade anymore.
Well-
It's about developing a more flexible skill set
Yeah,
that can adapt to the changing demands of the job market.
precisely.
Yeah.
And it's about having a growth mindset.
Yeah.
Being open to new ideas.
Yeah.
Willing to learn from your mistakes.
Uh-huh.
And constantly seeking out new challenges.
Right.
In a world where technology is changing so rapidly, the ability to learn and adapt is essential for success.
It sounds like we need to completely rethink how we approach education and training.
Yeah, I think so.
Instead of preparing people for specific jobs
Right.
that might not exist in a few years.
Yeah.
We need to equip them with the skills and the mindset to thrive in a constantly evolving world.
I completely agree.
Wow.
We need to move away from the traditional model of education,
Okay.
where you learn a set of skills
Yeah.
and then go out and apply them for the rest of your career.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not going to cut it anymore.
No, it's not.
So what would that look like in practice?
Right.
How do we prepare people for jobs that don't even exist yet?
It starts with fostering a love of learning
Okay.
from a young age.
Okay.
We need to encourage kids to be curious,
Yeah.
to explore different subjects,
Uh-huh.
and to develop a passion for learning new things.
Okay.
And we need to create educational systems
Mm-hmm.
that are more flexible, and responsive to the needs of the modern workforce.
Yeah.
Think online courses, apprenticeships, boot camps, and other forms of non-traditional education.
So it's about creating a culture of lifelong learning where people are constantly updating their skills and knowledge to stay ahead of the curves.
Exactly. The future belongs to those who are willing to embrace change, learn new things,
Yeah.
and adapt to the evolving demands of the job market.
It's not just about surviving this fourth industrial revolution.
Right.
It's about thriving in it.
It is.
Man, this has been a wild ride.
It has.
We've gone from the downfall of giants like Kodak to the rise of AI doctors and self-driving cars.
It's crazy.
It's clear that technology is changing the world at an unprecedented pace.
Yeah,
And honestly, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by it all.
absolutely.
So where do we go from here?
That's the question, isn't it?
What can we actually do to prepare ourselves for this future of work that you've been describing?
Well, this piece offers some pretty concrete advice.
Okay.
It emphasizes the need to be proactive,
Yeah.
to embrace lifelong learning, and to develop skills that will be valuable in this rapidly changing landscape.
You've talked a lot about the importance of adaptability and lifelong learning, but what does that actually look like in practice?
Well, think about it this way. Instead of focusing on a specific job title,
Yeah.
you should be thinking about building a broader set of skills
Okay.
that can be applied to different roles and industries.
So instead of saying, like, I want to be an accountant,
Right.
I should be saying, I want to be a problem solver, or I want to be a creative thinker.
Exactly.
Right.
Those are the kinds of skills that will be in high demand in the future.
Gotcha.
Skills like critical thinking, problem solving, communication, creativity, and collaboration.
Uh-huh.
These are the human skills that will be difficult for AI to replicate.
Makes sense.
You know, machines can process data
Yeah.
and automate tasks,
Right.
but they can't replace human ingenuity and empathy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And these are skills that you can develop throughout your life.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone and explore new fields.
Right.
Take online courses, attend workshops, read widely, connect with people in different industries.
So it's about being curious and staying ahead of the curve. Not just waiting for the future to happen to you,
Right.
but actively shaping it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, this deep dive has been all about exploring the forces shaping the future of work
Yeah.
and empowering you to navigate this new landscape. It's not about fearing change,
Right.
but about embracing it and seeing it as an opportunity for growth.
Absolutely.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today,
We have.
from the rise and fall of companies
Yeah.
to the impact of AI on everything from law to medicine. We even touched on the evolution of money
Right.
and the potential of self-driving cars.
That's a lot to think about.
It is, but the most important takeaway is that the future is not predetermined.
Yeah, that's
It's up to each of us to shape it
Absolutely.
with our actions and choices.
Well said.
So what's the one piece of advice you'd give to our listeners today?
Embrace the unknown.
Okay.
Be curious, be adaptable, and never stop learning.
Yeah.
The future belongs to those who are willing to embrace change and to see it as an opportunity for growth.
Well said. That's a great note to end on.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the future of work.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you found it insightful and empowering.
Me too. Until next time, stay curious.